Alright, so deck tech, let's see how this one goes. But just running back the Chalice list again, I really do like how this does help us out against both Burn and against Cascade. And I think I'm going to keep this quick because this is most likely going to go up in a combined league. Yeah, this might not end up going up at all if well, or I might just have to re-record a deck tech. This is daily content because I've already went over this for the last league, which I know is going up. But yeah, I mean, so far I don't think we need Flame Slash in the main deck, so I think the rest of this is pulling pretty much the weight that we're hoping it'll pull. And yeah, the only thing I have a little reservations of is, do we really need 8 moon effects? Could we go up to 4 ensnaring bridges? Also, we've been, informed by somebody about a meteor swarm. So there could be some possibility to try this out too. But we're going to run this back for the time being. I feel like if I try meteor swarm, I'm going to try this as a 4 of, and this list felt like it was close to a 4-1 last time. So let's run it back, see how it does. Thanks to everybody. The shout out video will either be a separate video, or if I'm going back to the old format, it'll probably be together with this one. But in any case, hope all of you enjoy. Yeah, really not sure what else to say. Just let's get to the vids, and hopefully this will be a good one. All right, take care. All right, match 1. Chalice Hammer. Mono red, Chalice Hammer. Let's go. I do gotta like the way Fury can help make use of some cards that don't have that much value otherwise. There's a lot of good pitches at a lot of times. So unlike Flame Slash, it can divide damage into planeswalkers too. Divide damage between planeswalkers and creatures. It's just pretty sweet overall, I gotta say. Pretty sweet. We will keep. Alrighty. Ragavan. I could play Ragavan and then Fury, but might be just slightly better EV to Spikefield. I could really end up regretting this because, well, I don't know, we'll see. I'm guessing this is burn. Just wait until their attack step so that, okay. Alrighty. Alright, and I guess we will... I assure you the Ragavan will die. Maybe I shouldn't assure anybody anything, actually. Because, you never know, they might drop another Eidolon, in which case we'll need the hammer to remove it. We'll play this. We could have dashed it, but I want this thing to be in play in case there's another Eidolon that comes down. They'll probably Searing Blaze it, but, Okay, well, we want the hammer to deal with the Swift Spear. No, we're not going to block. Ragavan's pretty valuable. Okay, see? Soaked up 3 damage. Do we hammer? Do we Season Pyromancer? I think we hammer. Alrighty. Okay, so I can definitely unload some damage on us. Yep, and that's kind of what we expected, 14-12. Not exactly a number we want to be at, but not exactly the worst thing either. I'm just going to blow up the Blast Zone.
Just because, like, chumping with Seasoned Pyromancer just doesn't seem like the best thing ever. Gotta love this utility that Blaststone provides. Plus that also defended against more, like, hasty threats if they had them. Okay, Luris to hand. Come on, we don't need more lands. Okay. Well, I can put Obosh to hand simply because we need a burn spell for Luris. Alright, let's just do this here. We'd still need a burn spell for Luris, but I am confident enough that we'll draw another one. Okay. Alrighty. Well, they got Luris as one of their cards in their hand, so. Alrighty. We don't draw a burn spell, we just have to crack the relic. That's just how this works. And no, Returning Hammer is not the solution in this scenario. Well, that, I think, qualifies as a burn spell. And we may even be able to present lethal next turn. Is it 12? Yeah, I guess technically we have lethal next turn, unless they zap us on our upkeep. Okay, that bodes okay. It's going to be kind of lucky to pull this off, but luck can happen. We're definitely going to need the Chalice in games 2 and 3 for sure. Alrighty, are they going to double bolt us on our upkeep? Alrighty. Alright, let's see. They could bolt the Fury and buy themselves another turn. They definitely have enough. Okay. So done at 8. But we're in the precarious situation that they get 2 draws, one from the Sunbaked, one from their draw step. So if we think we're out of the woods, we're sorely mistaken. They got a lot of turns to find. I mean, they got a lot of draws to get what they need. Well, okay, that I think does not qualify as what they need. That does not qualify, I think, as what they need. Alright, so we can crack the blast zone and deal with both of these. Nice. Alrighty. Yeah, they were just one burn spell away, so pretty sweet. If that Ragavan was a Goblin Guide, they would have got us, I think. Alright. Definitely went Chalice. I mean, Obosh helped in that game, but you know what helped more? Just closing things out. And I'm telling you right now, Relic is just not that great. The rest of these are either necessary evils or just outright necessary. So, yeah, I don't know. Magus is kind of necessary because we do need a clock. I mean, we do actually need to finish them off. So, like, it doesn't permanently shut off their white cards, but at the same time, it does present a clock. And at least if they kill it, we get to unlock our blast zones and dens of the Bugbear, which are, as you can see in this matchup, are definitely useful. Yeah, and Den of the Bugbear is also, you know, possibly a necessary threat. I don't know about this. No Chalice, no, in a way, no nothing. The only reason I'm keeping is because if they're banking on, like, say, 2 core Firewalkers to get the job done for them, then our 2 Pyrite Spellbombs might be able to punish that, because core Firewalker is exceptionally bad if we have an easy answer to it, which it looks like we do. Alrighty. Alrighty. Now we're just going to sacrifice Fury. Probably Magus. As much as I like Magus, I think just having a faster clock is probably better. The only way I get punished this way is if they have Eidolon, but I don't think they have Eidolon, otherwise I think they would have played that over the Swiftspear. I think I want to hold up Stomp, if they... because I'm probably just going to Stomp face. Okay, or Stomp that. I'm definitely glad I held up Stomp for that. Alrighty. And as you can see, the Den actually might be important here, so... Alright, Pyrite Spellbomb for the win. Yeah, I need this Den to help clear out the game. No Obosh to help speed things up, so... Let's see. I'm going to hold on to Spellbomb, just in case I got another core Firewalker. Oof. Well, in case we draw like a Ragavan or something, let's do this. Bugbear is pretty powerful, but okay, well, there's the Ragavan. Yeah, I think we need to push damage fast enough that it's worth dashing here. Alright, that's worth diverting for sure. Alrighty. Question is, do we Stomp and play another Bonecrusher, or do we go for the Den? Probably Stomp and play Bonecrusher, I think. Or play Fury. I think Stomp and Bonecrusher. It's better defense. Plus, also holding up Stomp could have been pretty valuable in case they had like a deflecting palm or something. They need like double bolt end of turn, then like double bolt on our turn. I don't know that that's actually going to do it. Yeah, this was kind of lucky. We ended up winning without Chalice, but as you can see, Chalice can be kind of an important role player. But you know, it's just because, again, it's very subtle, but these Pyrite Spellbombs actually make Core Firewalker terrible in burn. Like, terrible. It's just 2 mana, and they don't do damage, and then we get to just prolong the game, and then drop, like, our heavier hitting cards. So, like, Core Firewalker is a powerhouse, and just, like, destroys us if we don't have an answer. But the reason why I kept this is just that the more, as long as I can answer these 1-for-1, the more Core Firewalkers they have, as long as I have, you know, exactly enough of these or more to be able to answer them, which we had 1 more because, you know, maybe they had another one in their hand, then Core Firewalker, like, it doesn't do anything when it comes into play. It's the same exact mana cost as this total. This costs, you know, but we can spread this over 2 turns. They can't. Sometimes they have to double shock themselves, which they didn't have to here. But sometimes they have to double shock themselves to play Core Firewalker. So, like, as long as we got Pyrite Spellbomb in games 2 and 3, it can actually turn some of their Core Firewalker hands into very, very beatable hands. So that's good to see that that logic paid off here. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, match 2. And can't complain about this hand. I mean, you can always complain about anything, but I don't want to complain about this hand. Not yet, at least. We'll see. We'll see if it comes to it. We got our finger on the trigger for the complaint factor. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll definitely complain if they just jam hammer, but of course if they have double hammer. But the complaint won't necessarily be with the hand, it'll just be how hammer time could just get stupid draws sometimes. Alrighty. 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 So, unfortunately those construct tokens can start going a little nutsy. Man, I need something that... Dang, if they drop a hammer, then I'm just screwed. But I'm just screwed if... Yeah, because they're going to get a hammer next turn anyway. Like, and if so they've got a hammer in hand, then this would just tutor for this, and then they just respond to the other one, and just no. Well, if they got double hammer, they got me. Oh, they got 1 hammer. See, this is where being able to, I guess, block with our own Magus. And I think I'm going to block this to incentivize them to put hammer on it. Because then maybe we can blast zone and clean up after the fact. Okay. Actually, that was terrible. I needed this to die, actually. Well, you know what? We're not completely SOL, because we could still, as long as they don't go get Shadow Spear, then we can block this, and if they don't attack, we can stomp our own Magus. Well, we can still block that because it loses flying. Alright. So we're going to block this. And then we are going to hit. We have to hit this. Alrighty. Yeah, actually I just realized our blast zone came into play without a counter. Yep, so we should actually, you know, note to self, next game we have to play this before we play Magus. But no, you know, ultimately what it was is I should have just blocked the construct instead of getting clever. I mean, like, I just thought they would put it on the token for some reason. I really did. I don't know that that was smart for them to do it the way they did. It turned out to work out, but like, if I were them, I would have put it on the 1/1. You know, Hammer Time players aren't always incredibly experienced, either in Magic or in Hammer Time. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. But like, you know, it's probably a mistake for me to completely assume that they're all going to be making the right play, and that is assuming, of course, I'm right that it's the right play. So first of all, maybe I should be more. I don't know what to say other than that. You got to make the best judgments you can. So like, I thought that was the correct play for them to make, and I thought they would make the correct play. So I had two chances to be wrong. Either that was not the correct play, or they, you know, didn't make the correct play. So pillage, definitely instead of hammer. That was a completely winnable game, though, I'm telling y'all. Well, you know, I've said it once and I've said it again. Oftentimes, you have to beat Hammer Time 3 times, because Hammer Time demands that you play almost perfectly. And what did we take out for Chalice? So we took out Relic. And what did we take out for Pillage? Yeah, Hammer. Yeah, so I think this makes sense. I think this works. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Like, because the thing is, like, Hammer Time players definitely like to talk about how much skill Hammer Time takes. I don't disagree. Hammer Time does take a decent amount of skill, but what Hammer Time really does is it demands a lot of skill from the Hammer Time opponent, actually. So basically, any deck playing against Hammer Time, Chalice on 0 is kind of intriguing. I don't know if it's intriguing enough to make up for the... against my better judgment, I'm going to keep. Because just Chalice on 0 on the play just does a lot of good things for us. Like, it shuts off a good chunk of their deck, and we don't have to even spend any mana on it. Alrighty. Like, see, the 0 mana artifacts could have helped make that do stuff. Oh, alright. Yep, and see the power of Chalice on 0, just bam. I mean, you know, this is still a risky keep, but, you know, sometimes, yep. Alright, so, I feel like that should have been just, you know, just GG's right there, but obviously, like I said, sometimes you gotta beat Hammer 3 times. I mean, and by that I mean, like, you know, sometimes you just gotta accept that you're gonna lose a game that you should have won. Sometimes because of them getting lucky, but sometimes because you misplayed. Because it's important to be, and I'll keep because we got interaction, we got Ragavan. It's important to be kind to yourself in this matchup, because I really think it's tough to, like, never make a mistake, you know? Do we hold up Bolt or do we play Ragavan? The concern is they might play Pure Steel Paladin, another with 0-drop artifact, and then equip Hammer. I mean, there's got to be a reason they played out Hammer, right? So yeah, there's got to be a reason they played out Hammer. So we're not going to fall for their shenanigans. Like, at the end of the day, patience really is important, because I do think the longer the game goes, the more we are favored. Oh, we got the Pyrite Spellbomb for that, so I think we're not in bad shape at all. Man, it would have been so much better to have a Ragavan in play, but we can strongly deduce that they have a Pure Steel Paladin, and I don't know what other hijinks they've got, but we can strongly deduce that they've got a Pure Steel Paladin. I mean, that's fine. All that does is deal with my Pyrite Spellbomb. Which will just blow here. They don't have Sigarda's Aid, so... I might not have done that if they attacked, because then we still have to worry about a Pure Steel Paladin. Alrighty. Well, gotta do what we gotta do, so let's just play this. I would dash, but I think in the long run, just having this out and about is kind of better. But, like, we don't have a Blood Moon in the main, so the only thing that this really this really does in many ways is... Yeah, so the plan is we're going to drop Magus, and then hopefully that precipitates them using Saga. Okie dokie. Since we got Pillage, I think we're going to be okay. I think we want to go after the Pure Steel, because this way they can only equip once. And then we can pillage the Memnite. I think we can take one of these and be okay. Yeah. Actually, we can pillage. Okay, that is, I think, pretty good. Do we want to play it on 1 or 0, though? That is the question. And the question is, do we want to pillage the Memnite or do we want to play Magus? We could get mega screwed if they play I forget what it's called. We could get mega screwed if they play Shadow Spear. What could they get, though, that would punish us if we pillage? They could have another Pure Steel. That is definitely something they could have. And then we just die? No, actually we don't. Yeah, we don't die, actually. Actually we do, yeah, we just die, because... no, actually we don't die, because they can't attack, but then we're a little bit... We're in a little bit of trouble if they get another Pure Steel. They will be down an artifact, though, but they will actually get another artifact from the... this was a close call. It's a close call. I wish I could do it all, but I don't think I can. So I think, reluctantly, I have to do this. I just have to... This way, like, they have to have exactly... what's it called in their hand? You know, and I'm gonna play this just because we're a little low on mana, and I just want to start getting value like right away without having to pay any mana for anything. Yes, and thankfully they don't have Shadow Spear, and I'm fine. I'm fine to block this. We kind of want to turn off our blast zones anyway. Okay. Now that I think about it, actually, this line also kind of lost to Pure Steel Paladin. Well, not lost, but like... No, not really, because actually we have Pillage to... Well, actually, if they put double Colossus Hammer... Yeah, you know, I'm still kind of feeling this. Oh yeah, I guess they got Chalice for... Yeah, that's another reason to put Chalice on 0. So we can play this, which is always nice. Now let's do this. And let's play this, because this actually can, you know, give us decent value. Alright. At least they had to spend 2 and we had to spend 0 for that. Alrighty. Let's just do this. I know, like, having that as an instant could be good, but we do have the Pyrite Spellbomb for more instant speed action. Springleaf Drum actually might not be bad. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it. This could end up backfiring if they somehow... But, yeah, but, like, I really like the idea of using my Esper Sentinel for mana. I don't think I can do much with Stoneforge Mystic. Let's just play this. And I guess we can play this. Yeah, seems good to me. I feel pretty good about the position we're in here. Alrighty. 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 I think this is a job for Fury. Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Fury. Yeah, they're definitely facing lethal next turn. Or are they even facing lethal this turn? They're facing lethal this turn, yes. Indeed. Alrighty. Alrighty. I'm gonna bring back Nim Knight, okay. Alrighty, I guess I'll just do this. Alrighty, not bad. Not bad. Alright, we beat Hammer Time 3 times. We could have won game 1, but still proceeded to manage to win games 2 and 3. So thankfully we had a pretty good sideboard plan with the chalices. Alright, let's get going. Okie dokie 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 dokie. Game 3. Hey, or match 3. So yeah, match 3, and we're up against somebody who likes our stuff. Hopefully they're not an E-Tron player who likes our stuff, because they're licking their chops. But as long as that's not the case, then you know, maybe we, you know, we'll see what we're up against soon enough. And I don't know. You know, this is the advantage of having a companion, is that suddenly having 5 lands isn't like the worst thing ever. Okay, so it should be may the best grinder in this, maybe the best, you know, may the grindiest draw, you know, deck and draws and plays win against the Jund. That is a grindy card, so taking my grindy card seems to make a lot of sense. Alrighty, I played Dead, of course, because it incentivizes you to play it early, because it comes into play tapped if you play it later. Hopefully they don't Ragadash me. Okay. Well, we can try to Ragadash them. The cool thing about Ragadashing is that it also means that they can't Ren and 6 it. So, you know, we'll see. Let's see if they got the Fatal Push or the Lightning Bolt. They got 2 cards over 2 colors, okay. Alrighty. We could have held it in our hand maybe to try to snipe a Ren and 6 or a Liliana or something. Or Croxa, okay. Alright. Alrighty. Alright, let's see. Well, they already saw our hand. They know we got Blast Zone, so, you know, no point, I think, in hiding it at this point. Let's just put Obosh 2-hand. I would have thought that if they had Ragavan dash, they would have Ragadashed by now, but who knows? Maybe that was a big mistake to put Obosh to hand. It just feels bad, given how the game's playing out, to not go for a mana positive play like that. Now there's the Ren. We had a feeling it was going to make its appearance. Okay, fine. But I mean, that was an extra card anyway, so, you know, whatevs. Okay. Should we double spell the Ren and 6? We could wait till end of turn because we want to charge up the Blast Zone. Considering there's one card away from Kroxa. Yeah, so we are going to wait. Can't let them. They can't go too nuts with Ren. The worst case, we're playing for the worst case scenario, which is Kroxa. We want to bolt the Ren end of turn, charge up the Blast Zone. That's the plan. Okay. Well, I'm actually a little bit worried about Raging Ravine now, so maybe we don't want to bolt the Ren. We can Fury the Ren, but then we can't hold up Bolt for Ravine. Yeah, we can always Fury plus Spellbomb next turn. They're kind of disincentivized to bring back Kroxa. Although I guess I can pump up the other Blast Zone anyway. Tourach. Okay, do I want to... do I want to, you know... You know what, this is okay. Let's just see what we discard. Okay, it's not too bad. So we're just gonna pop the Blast Zone anyway. Alrighty. We can always just pump up the Blast Zone. We can just discard the hammer to the Kroxa. Alrighty. And unfortunately, though, eventually we're going to run a Blast Zone, so we do need to draw into like a Relic or something. Okay, that's fine. Probably should have just cycled Pyrite Spellbomb a long time ago. I don't know exactly what I was waiting for. An extra land. I could remove Kroxa permanently. Maybe I have to do that. Well, either way, I think I have to do this because I have to have 1, 2, 3, and the ability to hold up for for Raging Ravine. Yeah. Alrighty. We need a relic. It's not bad. Maybe this will draw us into a relic. So they're surprisingly close to getting another Croxa back. Where's our main deck relics when we need them, right? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. This is why we got Relic in the main, but you gotta draw them. That's the problem. We had to bolt the Raging Ravine though, because if that gets out of bolt range. Okay, let's see here. So I don't think putting Hammer to Hand really does that much. Lightning Bolt could do good things. Probably blocking is where we want to be. And I guess I'll just discard the Lightning Bolt. Anyway, Spikefield Hazard, Relic, and lots of stuff really. It's a little bit disappointing. Alrighty. Well, maybe we can connect with a Den of the Bugbear. If they don't have a removal spell, then this will trade with the Croxa. They need a Bolt because they need a Bolter to terminate because Fatal Push won't do it, even with Revolt. Or Liliana. Well, alright, just never see Relic. That kind of sucks. At least they're a fan of our deck because, you know, hopefully they're not like, you know, here, it's easy to beat them. You know, I mean, that's so like, you know, the fact that they are a fan of our deck, you know, at least means that we don't have to be dealing with some arrogant opponent. Anyway, I guess we have to beat Jun 3 times. Maybe I should just play DRC in the main deck again, because what's the point of playing Relic if I don't draw it? That's incredibly flawed logic. We just got unlucky. Like, sometimes I'm just on a quest to completely pretend luck doesn't exist, but that's just stupid though, to be honest. It's so many outs to this stuff now. We definitely don't want Magus. And Pyrite Spellbomb is kind of better, but yeah, we could also just have Fury in here. I think Pyrite Spellbomb is slightly better than Fury. Pyrite Spellbomb is just a good flex kind of slot here. All these other cards I think are definitely better. Fury's at its best if there's something with 4 toughness specifically we have to deal with, or like a bunch of little creatures. Man, is it just me, or did that whole last game, it seemed like they always had exactly the cards they needed at all times, and we always did not have the cards we needed at every single time, except for Fury, arguably. But they didn't. They had Liliana, so they still had everything they needed at all times. But Fury was the closest we came to having something we finally needed at the right time. That's not true. Actually, we had Blast Zone, I guess. Yeah, I don't think it was a mistake though to Lightning Bolt the Raging Ravine instead of using the. I mean, the biggest mistake might have been not cracking the Pyrite Spellbomb earlier, because if we cracked the Pyrite Spellbomb earlier, maybe we would have had an extra mana to do all 3. I don't know. Seems unlikely. Anyway, beating Jund 3 times. Oh, Ragavan. Pyrite Spellbomb. Yeah, I think this is better. Just 2 Ragavans. We don't need all 4. I think Pyrite Spellbomb is significantly better than Ragavan. But I still think Ragavan's better than Fury. Alrighty. Yep, should be good. Yeah, maybe next game we'll bring back the Furies. Not the furries, the Furies. Well, that's should be easy enough to deal with this time. I think I'm gonna need the Spikefield for the seasoned, so. Oh, you know, it would have been so nice to Spikefield that, but sometimes you just need the extra red mana. I maybe should have done that in the beginning of combat so that they can't ninjutsu something for 1 red. Now, what exactly they're ninjutsuing for 1 red, I do not know. Alright, well, that's what Pyrite Spellbomb is for. In good times and bad times. Yeah, I should have played the Blast Zone. No, I don't know. Playing Den of the Bugbear tapped ahead of time is always kind of a good thing. And by the way, there's nothing in particular with ninjutsu that we're actually playing around, but just you know, in theory, they could print something that'll catch us off guard one of these days. Alrighty. See, this is one reason why we took out our Ragavans, because like we're just answering their Ragavans, and pretty favorably too at that. These exchanges. Ragavan is a good card, but like if you're against a deck with literally unlimited removal, it just eats like a stomp and whatnot. Yeah, Relic makes such a big difference in this matchup. It's insane. It seems like we sided it in, but we actually had it in the main. Just didn't draw it. Yeah, let's just hit this now. I'm guessing it's a Bloodbraid Elf. Oh, lightning bolting to our face is not like the most incredibly amazing thing they could be doing. 0 mana ninjutsu. Actually, we can ninjutsu in their attack step because it's not unblocked at that point, so something to keep in mind. And again, I'm just being facetious because there is no particular ninjutsu that we're worried about. Alright, so we're just going to play this out. Because discarding hammer is just, I think, you know, not a very bad thing at all to do. Yes. That's one of the things I like about hammer, is just that it's such a good pitch to season Pyromancer. It's mostly there for the late game, but it is serviceable in the early game. Alright, Grist. Grist the BS tide. Alright. I kind of want a Blood Moon and Pillage in the same turn. So, but you know, yeah, I know this seems sketchy, but I'm just gonna do this, even though yeah, okay. I think this turns out. What is this, man? Frickin'. I'm just gonna go for blast zoning away the Grist. The Grist is actually a surprisingly big problem. Put 2 counters and then just go for it. Yeah, that's fine. You can always deal with that later. Definitely can't play Blood Moon just yet, that's for sure. Alrighty. Yeah, I just really want to get rid of Grist. Come on. Anyway, whatever. I think I can tolerate Grist making another insect. I think it's better to have access to blocking with Seasoned Pyromancer. Nothing I can really do in response to that anyway. You know, I think the Ensnaring Bridge is pretty good too, so, you know, there's that. Alrighty. Maybe I have to block the Tourach, you know, chump block. I think blocking with Seasoned Pyromancer is a no-brainer. This is how they're going to attack. I can play 3 drops again, but I really need to be able to deal with the Tourach. If I don't play I'm gonna hope that this actually holds the fort well enough. Maybe I should have just ticked to 2, but man, you know, I hope Grist doesn't turn into the next. Yeah, it still seems like they got everything they need. Man, I hope Grist doesn't turn into the next Oko, because the Grist really kind of created problems here. Also, not drawing lands kind of created problems. Well, seems like they're drawing most of what they need. You know, maybe they built their deck specifically to beat us. I don't know. All right. Any day now. All right, match 4. This is going to be so frustrating if we keep getting deprived of a 5-0 from losing like a good matchup like Rock or Jund, but it is what it is. Like we crush Jund all day, every day, and for some reason just don't randomly a few times. To be fair though, Tourach is kind of a problem, and I know that because, well, I haven't really played it enough to really have a good sample size, but I did run into somebody playing my mono black deck, and actually, believe it or not, the mono black deck was outgrinding this Obosh deck, and a lot of that was because of Tourach. Now, of course, it still could be like a small sample size, so like, you know, I may not want to. I'm obviously much quicker to kind of deduce from one game that my mono black deck grinds better. What the yeah, MTGO? Okay. I'm much like, you know, obviously like there's a kind of built-in bias that like if I run into like my mono black deck and it's outgrinding us, like, oh yeah, then I guess that deck just grinds better. You know, obviously I don't want to, if the Jund deck, you know, with Tourach grinds better than us, we don't want to, you know, I'm much less incentivized to admit that. And I mean, I don't know what to say other than just that, like, that's just human nature. I mean, I'm a big believer that the best we can do is just acknowledge our biases. I think it's personally, I think it's incredibly pretentious to say I have no biases. I've actually, you know, heard that from some people. I am unbiased, and I don't know what you guys feel, but whenever I hear that, I'm like, yeah, buddy. You know, I always have a little chuckle inside. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So what is the play here? Pretty sure it's we could put Obosh to hand. Probably we do put Obosh to hand. And do we Lightning Bolt now, or do we wait till their turn? I think we wait till their turn just in case they want to play a 2-drop. I mean, like, sometimes we run into like them giving their Eidolon Indestructible. But the fact that we have Obosh to play next turn, even if they give it Indestructible, means that I think we're in okay shape, even if they do. I guess I should have done that on the attack step, just in case of some type of ninjutsu. There's literally no reason not to bolt that since we're going to take 2 from the attack anyway. Well, they could have saved it, but I think they correctly deduced. Alright, and see, this is why I put Obosh to hand, just in case I had another Eidolon. Obosh is way better because we don't take damage. And I can also start attacking with Den of the Bugbear without taking damage, or blocking. Maybe more like blocking. If they don't attack, which they probably won't. Luris to hand. Ooh, they have to take 2 from their own Eidolon. Nice. You love to see it. Yeah, let's, oh, we got lethal, I think, if they take. And we got a blocker if they don't. Yeah, I think this is GG. Yeah, this is GG. Obosh instantly allows us to outburn the burn deck. I think that was a big mistake to take. You don't take 6 from Obosh. It's just not a good idea. Yeah, alright. Well, you know, at least if we're beating burn, can't be too bad. I just don't think Relic is really where we want or need to be. Sure, it can help against Luris, but I think we'll be okay. How much do we really need Hammer, though? I mean, it's like, how cute are we really being with Hammer? I don't know. It pitches to Fury. This is obviously not the matchup for Hammer. We would most of the time prefer that it be Firebolt in this matchup. But even then, sometimes like those Swift Spears, like Firebolt can't tag them as easily. So the problem with this hand is we don't have Chalice or a Pyrite Spellbomb for a core Firewalker, and I think Blast Zone is way too slow to deal with that, so we are going to mulligan. Okay, this has Pyrite Spellbomb and Chalice, so I think we're good on this. Yeah, we have to ditch Lightning Bolt because we have to minimize our 1-drops. We'll just play these as lands so that Chalice can have maximum effectiveness. We may go for Chalice on 2, actually. We'll see. Question is, do we Fury? I think we do, because we just don't want to take unnecessary extra damage. We could play Chalice on 1. The fact that they haven't seen Chalice yet makes me feel like Chalice on 1 is a safer play. Once they see Chalice on 1, then Chalice on 2 starts becoming better, because then we can stop the Smash to Smithereens that they may have in their hand. Alright, well. But you see, like, yeah, if I don't think they've got Smash to Smithereens in their deck yet, I think, quite incentivized to play Chalice on 1 first, because Chalice on 2 shuts off Chalice on 1. So that's kind of an issue. Okay, I think they've got a core Firewalker, so we may want to save the Pyrite Spellbomb for that, if we can. Well, at least this can deal with a core Firewalker. Well, I know they could have Boros Charm, but once again, I'll just hold it up as such. We could Blast Zone for 1 if they don't have a core Firewalker also. definitely go after the Eidolon. Alrighty, so we can blast zone this away. Yeah. Our own Ragavan gets shut off. I think we'll take one. I think we can take one, because at least we're on an even life total. Just in case they have a Core Firewalker. And we can end a turn blast zone. If they do not play Core Firewalker. So they could still be baiting us, so we may not be out of the woods. But then maybe we just draw a Chalice on and play it on Chalice on 2. You know, let's see. Alrighty, and there we go. I think Chalice on 2 is pretty nifty, if you ask me. Alrighty. Pretty nifty. Alright, Lightning Helix. So they're going to kill me with Rift Bolts and Skewer the Critics, which, you know, they could. I hope they don't, but they could. Alright, and I guess that's GG's. Take down game 4, so, or match 4. So let's go on to match 5 to see if we get another 4-1. Alright, match 5. We're up against Salty Steve. Oh, Steve. Alright, let's keep. And there is something to like about this build, that we've got all these cyclers, so we don't get mana screwed too easily. Of course, sometimes you just don't draw them, so you know how that goes. I just play this, because holding up Stomp could be better. Or just stomping. Utopia Sprawl, of course. Yeah, let's play this, and let's, there isn't as much advantage to holding Pyrite Spellbomb in hand, because you can't pitch it to Fury. This might be Enchantress. It's might be Niv. They got all the colors they need. Blue, white, green. Actually, this only gets blue or green, but I guess they get red. Yeah, on the off chance that somehow we cut them off of being able to play Niv, let's do this. But unfortunately, though, this is fairly easy for them to deal with, because they can just use red and white. If they, you know, but, you know, we'll see. Maybe we cut them off black. I don't know. But this seems like our best chance at maybe preventing them from playing Niv. Let's go. Turn on Revolt. Oh, okay. Another basic forest. So, hopefully they're missing black. And they drop basic swamp, and it's like, ugh. Alright, let's see. Okay. We do. Oh my god, are you serious? All these Utopia Sprawls? Oh, why did they choose white? Maybe this is actually like an Elementals deck? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit confused. Just a little. Now let's just do this. I guess maybe I should have bolted, but I don't know what the average size of their creatures are. Expressive iteration. This feels like Niv. I guess they're gonna bolt our Magus. Well, they've got all the Utopia Sprawls, but do they actually have... I don't think this is Niv. I think they would have named Black by now, but I don't know. What do I know, right? I mean, whatever it is that they have, it's gotta be good enough that they wanted to bolt this, right? I think it's just being like incredibly naive. I don't know. I don't know. Oh. I'm gonna bolt this thing in response if they use the whatever ability. Yeah. I did it that way just in case they, I don't know, found some way to save it. I don't know. Starting off their ability to shuffle away the 2 cards they put on top might also be good too. If it is actually preventing that. Which it might not be if they just kill it. Okay. Well, yeah, they kill it, so if they want to shuffle the top 2 cards, they can. They're entitled to. It is their right. Dang it, man. So we're going to play this, and the reason being is that we ideally want a better pitch. All right, 2 cards on the top. Down. We want to pitch Hammer and something else, and then we want the other Seasoned Pyromancer to just be straight card advantage. That's kind of the hope. Why does Omnath have to draw a card? I know it sounds like I'm complaining. I shouldn't. I mean, I get to play Ragavan, so who am I to judge? But like, no, it just feels weird that this draws a card. Man, I miss Flame Slash now. Alrighty. So it's a Healy combo. Well, very clearly we want to play Seasoned Pyromancer. We probably want Fury. We can just... Do we just go shields down? I don't think so. We're kind of like representing that we found like a lightning bolt or something, another one. Alright, I'm just worried about them dropping Saheeli and then just calling it a day. At least we get to laugh at them for making a dumb play if we hold Relic in our hand, whereas we have to kick ourselves for misplaying if we play it. Alright, Salty Steve, what you got? I need some Furies or something. Okay. I guess that's fine. Yeah, there's the Fury, but we don't have the wherewithal to jack it just yet. But here's an interesting workaround we have. We have Pyrite Spellbomb, which can actually hit the Saheeli through yeah, see, I figured they so here's what we're gonna do here. And this is a clever way that we can try to hit Saheeli through Teferi. So that I do like. Whoa, how did I have so many cards? 6 cards? When did this happen? Of course I got another Omnath. With 6 cards? Like, wow. What am I missing here? When did this happen? Alrighty. I'm so mana constrained that I just don't know that Hammer Bogargan is actually all that great. So I know it's weird that I'm exiling them, but maybe I'll draw another 2. Okay, fine. Doesn't bother me too much. Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe I can stomp and play Fury. Oh, I can. Do we hit the Omnath or do we hit the I think we have to hit the Felidar Guardian. And here's what we do. We hit the Omnath, and then we attack Teferi with Seasoned Pyromancer. That's what we do. If they block, we can finish it off. And if they don't, then we can just hold up. Yeah, actually that's what we do, yeah. This has clearly got to be the play. Now, it may not work. It's kind of a long shot, but we don't attack with the Elemental, because I guess maybe I should have attacked with the Elemental. I don't know. Okay, cool stuff. Alright, now we have the ability to combine to hopefully take out the Felidar. Okay. Just going nuts with the expressive iteration. Just keep digging. Dig, dig, dig. The main thing for Hammer Bogargan is if we have actual Blood Moon. Man, what on earth is this? Like, how many Omnaths do we have to grind through? Like, jeez. I guess that is what it is. And it feels like a joke, but I guess the joke's on us. Alrighty. It doesn't seem particularly vulnerable to Chalice, but I do think actually Pillage plus Blood Moon actually does have a pretty good chance of locking them out. Maybe we want to go back to Blood Moon, even though it's not as good against Hammer Time. It's it would have it could have completely locked out John. I don't think we drew it though, and it's obviously much better against this deck. Although they had so many in this game in particular, they had so many Utopia Sprawls. Come on. I don't think I saw any graveyard shenanigans from them. Correct me if I'm wrong. Magus. Yeah, I just don't think Magus is that great. It's just so vulnerable to their lightning bolts and stuff. Yep. Alright, so they might Prismatic Ending, but I think it's worth taking the risk. Okay, I'm guessing they don't have it. Oh, they got actual lightning bolt, maybe. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, we'll just do Operation Blood Moon next game, next turn, I guess. Alright. Operation Blood Moon. Obviously, they're gonna get a forest. I think. Or plains, I guess. Get 3 colors if they have another basic in their hand. Which they do. We can just play another Blood Moon, so they're gonna Prismatic Ending, but it's fine, we'll get another Blood Moon. But, yeah, they don't have all 3 colors, just quite, you know, so bam. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna get another Pillage to hopefully take them off of one of those colors. Let's see here, fill out our Guardian. Get on tap, yada yada yada. Alrighty, I think we want to pillage. I think we'll pillage this, because if we pillage this, then they can't, they also can't have 3 colors for Prismatic Ending. So I think that's the overall best way to prevent them from doing anything. Alrighty. I think we just play Bonecrusher. Just go on the offensive. We can even probably get away with playing the other Bonecrusher. Alrighty. Oh, lightning bolt. Yeah, we'll just do the bone crushing. We'll just crush some bones here. Alrighty. Alrighty. Beat Salty Steve in game 2. Nice. Let's see. I want to try Meteor Swarm or something, because in this matchup it might be better than Hammer, just for really powerful effect to deal with Planeswalkers and whatnot. Let's see here. I don't know. Snaring Bridge, though, does have its uses, too. Snaring Bridge is great against Living End. Like, you know. But they do have... But people do generally have answers these days, so I don't know. Yeah, what would we take out, too? Take out 2 Hammers? Yeah, maybe I could see myself taking out 2 Hammers for 2 Meteor Swarms. But there will be some circumstances where Hammer is better, though. Make no mistake about that. Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, what more do we want? We got Blood Moon. We've got the mana to cast it. We've got Pyrite Spellbomb, Lightning Bolt. Hopefully it's a Mana Dork and not a Utopia Sprawl. Get to Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, I think we can do this. Alrighty. Sahili. Sahili doing Sahili things. Could try to take Sahili out, but what's the point? Alright. We'll definitely Lightning Bolt Spikefield Hazard if it's Omnath in response to the draw trigger. Do we just Bone Crush Sahili? Yeah, I mean, I guess, right? Alright, do we play Blood Moon or do we play Hammer? Maybe play Hammer, just get rid of Sahili. But then if they copy, and if they counter, then like that's GG. How many counter spells did we see last game though? But I mean they're holding up something, so like what's going on? Oh, bye-bye, cruel world. I have a feeling this is gonna result in us losing. Well, I still have got a bad feeling about this. Probably a collected company, which we didn't see all game, but... Oh, okay. Well, it's not too bad. Expressive iteration. Let's see here. Ran at 6. Alright, they can play Ran at 6. I guess it's time for Blood Moon, so at least they have to just play mountains that don't really do much else. Might just cycle Pyrite Spellbomb. Maybe I actually have to bolt and Pyrite the Ren and 6. Yeah, let's bolt it. Alright, we'll stomp this on upkeep. Or we'll just do it now. Now the problem is that if they have Saheeli, they can untap their land and then just do the Saheeli combo. But this deck puts you in these spots though where sometimes you just gotta make a tough call. And right there, my call is we've got to deal with Ren. Or it is going to outgrind us. Let's see. Alright, Little Teferi, yeah, Little Teferi. I can get another forest now, I guess. It's Spikefield Hazard that, I guess. Okay. Well, you know what I want to do? I want to try to Den of the Bugbear. It might not work, but golly, if it isn't worth a try. Okay. Yeah, seems decent to me. Yeah, and if they go for the combo though, as long as the combo doesn't involve Teferi, I have an out with Spikefield. Alright, I have an out, which is nice. Alrighty. Spiky Spike. Thank goodness for Spikefield. Now, the only problem is if we don't deal with the Felidar, we could just... I mean, top decking a Fury would be pretty sweet. Okay, I don't want to put Hammer in my hand. Somehow I was really hoping we would top deck. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, they probably go for it again if they have it, but, you know, I don't know that we're going to prevent them from doing it. We didn't prevent them last turn. Okay. Well, we know they got another fetch land in hand. So they could actually play Little Teferi and play Saheeli. That's gross. Oh, I guess they have to choose one or the other. There it is. Oh, okay. Not Saheeli. Well, okay. We do have some hope after all. Some hope, not a lot. Nobody, let the record reflect, I never said a lot. Okay. Do we play Blood Moon? Honestly, I don't even think Blood Moon does anything at this point. I mean, I guess it prevents this from going too nuts, but I think there's a lot to be said about just, holding up, bluffing, and charging up Blast Zone, I guess. I just don't see Blood Moon making that big of a difference. Well, I guess it could if it prevents him from playing 2 blue spells in one turn, so I don't know. Well, since they put this in Exile Zone, I think they're just going to go for it. There's so many graveyard decks. I mean, there's not as many graveyard decks, and there's like all these kind of weird decks. So maybe I just played DRC again, I don't know. DRC would be great against this deck. Back's good for more pressure. Could be. Alright.
Okay. Well, post-league wrap-up. Okay, so that was a little disappointing against Copycat and against John. I really not sure exactly why we lost to John, except it could be Tourach. I'm not sure what we can do about Tourach if Tourach just kind of outgrinds us. It's just very efficient. As a 4-mana, 3-for-1, that also creates a pretty big body that grows larger sometimes. It can just be kind of good in that regard. Yeah, I don't know. We would have to, I think, play against the Jund deck packing. Jund packing Urza Saga, no problem. Jund packing Tourach, we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see more about how that goes. But that game against Copycat though really did make me think. Okay, I really do. That partially made me want to go back to Ragavan, because having a Ragavan that could fly over, their stuff and tag their planeswalkers, could have been pretty good. Although they seem to have a not insignificant amount of removal. Although I don't know that they can. I don't know, 3/3 flying. They didn't seem to have so much removal, and a 3/3 flying definitely could have put the pressure on and tagged their planeswalkers. But of course, one of the biggest issues, though, that may not have been the biggest issue. The biggest issue is just their 4/4s. Particularly their Felidar Guardian, but also their Omnath. But their Felidar Guardian would just come down, and I just felt so on the brink of disaster every single time, because I just wanted to be able to remove that thing and not create a situation where they just have to drop Saheeli and then win. And it just kind of sucked that we didn't have Flame Slash again. So I could try Flame Slash again, but you know what I think I want to do? I'm going to give that Meteor Strike, or Meteor Shower a chance. I still want to try Chalice more, because I think it's been doing a lot of work against Burn, and we haven't faced a lot of Cascade decks, but you see what I mean? I love these sideboard cards that double up in their usefulness. We haven't faced a single E-Tron deck, so I think, or maybe we did once, I can't remember, but it wasn't recorded. But we're seeing a lot of Burn, so it's nice to have a card that hoses Burn and a lot of other types of archetypes, which actually is quite a few of those Cascade type decks. So yeah, so we're gonna try Meteor Strike, Meteor Shower, and you know how I said in the deck tech that I wasn't sure if we needed all 8 moon effects? Well, yeah, let's move 2 mages to the sideboard, and let's move the Blood Moons back to the main. Yeah, this will make our match against against Hammer Time a little bit trickier because we're going to have to choose between dealing with Urza Saga and dealing with Sigarda's Aid in game 1 between Blood Moon and Blast Zone, because the two are but we play around it in the past. It's not ideal, but one thing we can do is we can try to get our Blast Zone off first and then drop Blood Moon. Of course, by that time usually they've created a bunch of constructs, so that might not be good enough. But it is at least one option available to us, and I am kind of excited to give Meteor Shower, or it just feels like Meteor Shower, but there's another card called Meteor Shower, which is, I think, significantly worse than this. But the reason why I like this is that one of the main reasons we have Ensnaring Bridge in the deck is that I just want, like, a way to deal with Murktide after it resolves. And, I mean, this costs 4 mana to do that, but, at least this is a card that can deal with Murktide all by itself. It is, admittedly, kind of expensive at doing that, not gonna lie. I mean, we could play, for example, what is it called, Brittle Effigy or something. But honestly, that costs more total mana anyway. But I mean, we get to sneak it under counterspell easier. But then maybe they can like we call it a Shattering Spree it or something. So like there's always trade-offs to everything. But yeah, and the other thing I like about Ensnaring Bridge that this doesn't have is that I can try to sneak Ensnaring Bridge under counter magic, and then Murktide is kind of a dud further on. Because sometimes they want to play Murktide and hold up a counterspell, which is actually kind of brutal if they can do that. So, so Meteor Swarm may. The hope is at least maybe between Chalice preventing their digging to set up those kinds of turns, and maybe Meteor Shower. Maybe we can do that. The thing about Ensnaring Bridge is that it just doesn't come in, I think, as in many matchups as Meteor Swarm is, because Meteor Swarm can, for example, come in against those Saheeli decks. And it can even tag like two Felidar Guardians or a Felidar Guardian and an Omnath. Like there's definitely like this can deal with any creature we need. There are some matchups where we definitely do want to bring in a heavier hitting burn spell to deal with either massive creatures they have or with like multiple fairly large creatures. If we can pay 5 mana, we can also almost certainly kill almost any 2 creatures they have, or at least 2 fairly important creatures. We could even divide it further at 6, but at that point I don't know. But yeah, and we'll give it a shot. I think this, shout out to to my let me actually look this up right now. Let's see here. One second. Oh, I think that was on YouTube. So let's see here. Well, sorry to whoever recommended the Meteor Swarm, because I can't seem to find your comment. But yeah, shout out to whoever proposed that, because I do think that this could have good potential. And yeah, and we'll see. We shall see. All right. Until next time, let's try this list, the next one, and take care, everybody. Hope you all enjoy. Excuse me for a little bit fumbling around looking for the person who recommended this. But I'm going to give it a shot, and let's see. All right, take care.